Hello, everyone. Welcome to Max Tutorials, and we are working on using proportion problems to do unit conversions. This is practice set B. I do have an A. If you're looking to find them, go to maxtutorials.com. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. Also, please like and subscribe to this video so I can keep them going for you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do some conversions. I'll start off slow, and then we'll start working a bit faster. A runner jogs 6 miles in 48 minutes. 6 miles in 48 minutes. Notice that I write down the miles in minutes. A lot of times we get lazy and don't write these down, but when we're converting units, they're super important that we do that because we got to keep things on the correct side. What was the runner's speed in miles per hour? So now the cool thing is I get to keep the miles. I don't have to change that. So the only thing I have to change is the minutes to hours. Well, do you have a minute and an hour thing? Sure you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the minutes up here and I'm going to put the hours down here. And I know there is 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay. And once I do that, the minutes will cancel out and I'll be left with whatever my answer is going to be miles per hour, which is what I'm looking for. Now just do the math. So I'll take my calculator and I'm going to punch in 6 times 60 equals, and then I'm going to divide my answer by 48, and I'm going to get 7.5 miles per hour. That's how fast they're running. Sounds good to me. It sounds pretty quick. All right. Here we go. That's basically, well, it's an 8-minute mile. That's not bad. I mean, if you're running a marathon, that's pretty good. Okay, here we have that a train traveled 120 miles in 2 hours. Okay, and again, make sure you write all that stuff down. What was the train speed in yards per minute? Well, now I got to change both. I got to get miles to yards and I have to get hours to minutes. But that's okay. We can do multiple things on one problem. So first, I'm going to deal with time because that's the easier one. I know I want hours over here. You should know why by now. I want to be able to cancel out the hours. So we want them, one on top, one on bottom. And then I want this to become minutes. And what's my conversion? There are 60 minutes inside of 1 hour. Cool. Now I'm in miles per minute, but I want yards per minute. Well, I don't have anything that goes yards to miles. Okay. I could come up with one real quick, but let's just pretend that we're just not going to try to do that right now. Let's get it to feet because I know how to go feet with miles. I know how to go feet with yards. Let's just get everything in the feet. Okay. So I want to get rid of the miles. So I'm going to put miles on the bottom and I'm going to go feet on top. And that's going to be 5280 feet in 1 mile. They will go. Well, now I have feet per minute, but I want yards per minute. But I know how to get feet in the yards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go feet down here and I'm going to go yards up here. And what that's going to do is it's going to cancel out my feet. And remember, it's 3 feet for 1 yard. Now I'm going to do a bunch of math. So if I look on top, I just have 120 times 5280. So I go 120 times 5280. Depending on your calculator, you can save it in there. You can, do whatever you want. But I get 633,600. I'm going to go old school on all this. It just when we do that, you seem to get it better. And then when you get really technical on your calculator, you can do the fancier stuff. Okay, 2 times 60 times 3, the bottom would give me 360. And when you do all that and put it in, 633,600, and you divide that by 360, what do you get? You get 1,760 yards per minute. Boom, 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 boom. All righty. A package weighs 4.5 kilograms. How many milligrams does it weigh? Okay. Well, if I have 4.5 kilograms, we want to go to milligrams. Well, milligrams are a lot smaller than kilograms. Okay. So kilo, that's the thousand, and milla means thousandth. And if you go back, if you want to take a look at your conversion, we can do one that will go straight kilograms and milligrams, but I want to kind of make grams, just grams, as sort of a middle point to make us feel a little bit better about this. So if I go kilograms and I go grams, there are 1,000 grams inside of 1 kilogram. Okay, well, that's great. That gets me to grams, but I want to get to milligrams. So I'm going to put grams on the bottom now because I want to cancel them out. And I know that there are 1,000 milligrams inside of 1 gram. Now it's just a matter of doing a bunch of multiplication. Okay, and just do it the long way. It's fine, even though we can play games with decimals to make this a little bit easier. Okay, but we are going to get on this one 4,500,000. And you can even count up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 5, and so there's things we could do with the decimal that you would figure out how to make this work. All right, but anyways, just plug in your calculator and you'll get an answer that looks like that. Oh, I should write down milligrams, don't I? Milligrams. Okay, a water tank holds 3.5 gallons. How many cups? Oh, cups and gallons. I don't know what cups and gallons are. Okay, well, let's just write it 3.5 gallons times, and I need something that's going to get me from gallons to cups. Do I even have a conversion for gallons and cups? I don't, but I have quarts to gallons and I have cups to quarts. So 4 cups in a quart and 4 quarts in a gallon. So here's what I'm going to have to do now. I can't get straight to the gallons, but I can go cups in the quarts. And I know there's 4 cups in 1 quart. Wait, that doesn't help me. It doesn't give me to my gallons, does it? Da, 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 da. Sorry. Okay, so if I want to get the gallons, it might be better for me to just do it this way. I want to get it to cups, right? Gallons and quarts. I apologize. 4 quarts, I was going the other way into 1 gallon. Gallons die. That's great, but that gets me to quarts, but I want to get the cups. Quarts on the bottom, so we can do this. Cups on top, and there are 4 cups inside of 1 quart. Now we just go 3.5 times 4 times 4, or times 16. And we just get our answer is 56 cups. Okay, it's inside 3.5 gallons. Going on to number 5, a rope is 2.5 yards. 2.5 yards. How many inches is it? Okay, well, we don't have anything inches to yards, but I do have 3 feet into yards. Okay, so that'll work. That'll get rid of the yard part. And now I'm in feet, but I want to get it to inches. So I'm going to go feet on the bottom, inches on top, so I can do that. And I know there are 12 inches and 1 foot. Now everything is just multiplied together. So I get 2.5, I times that by 3, and I times that by 12, and I get 90. 90 what? 90 inches. Boom, 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 boom. Number 6, a bus traveled 150 miles in 2.5 hours. I'll write all those down. Miles in 2.5 hours. What was the average speed in miles per hour? Oh, okay. Well, this is just knowing what they're asking for. When they say what's the average, what they want to do is they want to find the unit that you're already using and they want miles per hour. That's great. But what they really want is they want a 1 on the bottom. To do that, all you do is you just do the whole division problem. You just do the 150 divided by 2.5, and you end up getting 60 miles to 1 hour. And that's what they mean by the average speed, 60 miles per hour. So you just do the division so that the bottom number becomes a 1. All right, a plane traveled 900 miles in 1.5 hours. Okay. What was the speed in feet per minute? Oh man, I got to change all of them. All right, this one's not so bad because watch, I can go miles to feet. I know that one. So I'm going to get 5,280 feet to 1 mile. And look at my miles. Boom, boom. Now I'm feet per hours. I'm going to multiply that. Let's see. I want to get it to minutes. So I want hours on top. I want minutes on bottom. And I know there's 60 minutes for every 1 hour. So now once I cross out this hour and that hour, look at this now. Feet per minute, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Now I just do the math. So look on top. I have 900 times 5,280, and that's going to equal a big number, 4,752,000. And on bottom, we're just going to get 60 times 1.5, right? And 60 times 1.5 is just 90. And so when you put it all together, you're going to get 4,752,000. You're going to divide that by 90, and we are going to get 52,800 feet per minute. All right, I got one more to do here. A conveyor belt moves. Oh dear, pardon me. A conveyor belt moves 12 feet every 3 seconds. What is the speed in inches per second? All right, well, I don't have to do the second, so that's kind of cool. All I have to do is the feet. And I know if I put feet on bottom, inches on top, I have 12 inches in 1 foot. Why didn't I go feet on top, inches on bottom? Because I want to do that. Okay, so the one you want to get rid of has to be like kind of in a corner. One has to be top, one has to be bottom. And right here, I can even do this. Watch this. 1, 4, and I'm going to get 48 inches per second. Okay, and you can check everything here. I've got an answer key there, and you can look at all this stuff here, but it should work out really good. And so, look, we've now done 8 problems here. We've done 16 total. If you want to get another 8 and do 24, just see me on Practice C, and you should be feeling really comfortable with these. I'll see you guys on the next one.